The placebo effect occurs when a person experiences a real improvement in their condition after receiving a treatment that has no therapeutic value simply because they believe the treatment is effective. For example, if a patient takes a sugar pill but believes it is a powerful medication, they might experience real pain relief or other positive effects. This phenomenon is driven by the brain's ability to produce chemical responses, such as endorphins, in response to the belief in the treatment. The placebo effect demonstrates the power of the mind-body connection and how expectations and beliefs can influence physical health. The anchoring effect is a cognitive bias that occurs when individuals rely too heavily on the first piece of information they encounter, the anchor, when making decisions. For example, if you are shopping for a car and the first one you see is priced at $30,000, that price becomes your anchor, and it will influence how you perceive the prices of other cars. Even if the next car is $25,000, you might still view it as a good deal because it's cheaper than the anchor price, even if it's not necessarily the best value. The anchoring effect highlights how initial information can disproportionately shape our judgments and decisions. The illusion of control is a cognitive bias that leads people to believe they have more control over events than they actually do. For example, a person might believe that wearing a lucky shirt will influence the outcome of a sports game, or that they can affect the outcome of a lottery by choosing specific numbers. This bias occurs because our brains are wired to seek patterns and control, even in random or uncertain situations. The illusion of control can lead to overconfidence in decision-making and risk-taking behaviors, as people may underestimate the role of chance and external factors. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon where people conform to the actions or opinions of others in an attempt to behave correctly in a given situation. For example, if you see a long line outside a restaurant, you might assume the food is good and decide to eat there as well. Social proof occurs because we look to others for cues on how to behave, especially in uncertain or ambiguous situations. This effect is often used in marketing, where businesses highlight customer testimonials, reviews, or social media endorsements to influence potential customers. Social proof demonstrates the power of group behavior in shaping individual decisions. The chameleon effect refers to the unconscious mimicry of another person's behavior, gestures, or speech patterns. For example, if you're in a conversation with someone who crosses their arms or uses certain phrases, you might find yourself doing the same without realizing it. This mimicry occurs because humans are social creatures, and copying others' behavior helps us build rapport and connect with them. The chameleon effect is a form of social bonding, and it highlights how much of our social interaction is influenced by subtle, nonverbal cues. The sunk cost fallacy is a cognitive bias that occurs when people continue investing in a decision or project based on the amount of resources, time, money, effort they have already invested rather than on the current and future benefits. For example, someone might continue watching a boring movie simply because they've already watched an hour of it, even though they would be better off doing something else. This fallacy occurs because people have a hard time accepting losses, so they continue committing to a course of action to justify past investments, even when it no longer makes sense to do so. The sunk cost fallacy highlights the importance of making decisions based on future potential rather than past investments.